Okay, welcome to AI, the cool stuff. We're going to be talking about several subjects today. We're going to be talking about prompting. We're going to be talking about YourAI, which is a product developed by Steffi Lewis, and we're also we're going to be trying to create a WordPress website in 60 seconds. Whether that works or not, I don't know, because I've never tried it. So we're going to do it live, just to pretend that we've just gone there for the first time. I mean, I found the website and I have registered an account, but I'll log in, and I don't know what to do at this stage, but we'll see. You know, I believe I'm a man of reasonable intelligence, so I'm hoping I'll be able to just work it out as we sort of go along. So that's excellent. So first, we're going to go around the room, and for Tina, I know you're new, but we'll go around the room and we'll just sort of introduce ourselves, about a minute or so, and just give us what you do and how you envisage using AI in your business. So I'll just go around from the top. So Michael, we'll start with you.
Hello, everybody. Well, I'm very new to AI, like most of you, I suppose. I'm using it in one of my businesses. I'll put it in the chat, which is called NowSite, and I'm very impressed with it. Yeah, I've got a lot to learn. I've sent David a couple of things. Are you going to talk about that, David?
Yeah. We'll talk about those as well. Yeah.
I also sell business energy for power utilities. That's going very well. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm always dipping in and looking for new things. And the latest one I'm doing is it's called Events Promoting Financially Rewarding. And this is a chap whose webinar went on 7 hours long, very interesting, how you make money from promoting events. But I haven't got my head around that yet, so that'll be something for the future. And the background you see at the bottom is MLM Superstars. This is a brand new business which will be launched next year. It's Google network marketing, so it's going to be very, very big. Okay. So just wait on for that.
Thanks, Michael. Yeah, so we will talk about it. It is something we spoke about a couple of weeks ago, or I think it was last week or the week before. We did speak about the impact of the impact on Google of chatbots, of chat services, and also the impact on small businesses of Google changing, because Google's not standing still. Google's bringing out its new search experience, and that will have an impact on the way that small businesses are listed on Google. But we'll have a discussion about that. So Tina, tell us about you.
So I run a bookkeeping and payroll and VAT return company. I have 8 staff on at the moment. We deal with all types of businesses, from the sole trader right through to the multinational group companies. AI for me is something of a challenge, because although it should be absolutely perfect to assist us, we still find it's very problematic. So for me, the good old traditional bookkeeper, live person, still beats the AI. But I know that technology will evolve and eventually it will be a big benefit for us. So I'm very keen to hear what's sort of going to be said this morning.
Yeah. It's I guess mainly it would be producing like blogs and posts and things like that would be useful, but you can manipulate Excel spreadsheets and things as well with AI. But
well, there are several data entry AIs, but as soon as you do a mixed grouping of products with different VAT rates, AI just falls over at the moment.
Yeah.
So yeah,
things will change, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Very good. Simon, tell us about Excel.
Oh,
Mr. Excel.
I'm Simon Merritt. I train people in Excel. I design spreadsheets. I fix broken spreadsheets. I've also, as I've now noticed, not only do we have 3 Davids, we also have 2 Harrises. So
very common.
Yeah. And anyway, yes, and I've been interested in AI for a long time, and I'm one of the reasons is to learn more about it really now. So I think I might use it for blogs, but I'm just interested in it from the learning about it point of view. So how
Okay.
can I potentially take potential?
Brilliant. Thanks, Simon. Steffi.
Well, I'm Steffi Lewis, 30-year veteran web developer, founder and creator of YourPCM and YourAI, which are both cloud-based systems. YourPCM is a CRM, YourAI is obviously an AI, and I use AI all day, every day for creating blog posts, images, audios, social media shares, everything. But I only do it through YourAI because I wrote it for me. It just so happens that it works for lots of other people as well.
Brilliant. Thanks, Steffi. And Steffi's going to be demoing the YourAI and
Not all of it, just something. I don't want to bore you.
oh, that's all right. That's all right. It'd be nice to get an overview and see how it works. David, tell us about you.
Which one? Me?
Oh, sorry, Sutherland. Yeah.
It's testing. Yeah, hi guys. David Sutherland. I think I've met most people, nearly everybody on here anyway. So as you know, I am a personal travel consultant or travel agent in old money. I deal in actual holidays rather than virtual ones, certainly for the time being. I think my involvement with AI is probably limited to chatbots from airlines, trying to get any sense out of them whatsoever, which is almost impossible. Not mentioning any names apart from Aer Lingus. I think I was just chatting to some of my colleagues the other day about this, which got my interest really about how the travel industry is looking to use AI in terms of for not just blogs, but creating social media posts. We do, obviously that's an important part of promoting holidays and providing information to people. And there's quite a lot of manual work involved in that. So that's got me interested. And then having a chat to Steffi yesterday, made me think about it quite a lot more, which is why pretty much why I joined today. So my knowledge is very, very base level, so I'm curious to learn more.
Okay, fantastic. Thanks, David. Dave Caudle, tell us about you.
Yeah, so I'm a career coach. I work mostly with adults, people who are stuck in their careers, who are unhappy at work, and I help them find out what really sort of lights their fire in terms of work, and then do the practical stuff in terms of going and making that happen, CVs and interviews and that sort of thing. But the most of the work is about what's important to them to get from it and what are the skills they really want to use. In terms of AI, we're using it not so much with CVs. It's quite good at producing generic CVs, but they need a fair bit of work to personalize them. Clients are using it very successfully for things like cover letters. And we're also using it with clients to help them research industries and professions. So to help them research and narrow down job opportunities.
Brilliant.
Apart from that, like everyone else, using it for creating blog posts and things like that.
Okay, excellent. Thanks, Dave. Andy, tell us about you.
Yeah, Andy, A1 Web Stats. Basically have a bit of software which shows people which houses and companies went to their website and what they looked at page by page. But it's also used as a deeper version of Google Analytics. And from an AI point of view, I've been playing with it with Excel exports of all the website visitor patterns and finding that at the moment it's failing spectacularly compared to a human, whereas I was trying to do myself out of that manual work, but it's not succeeding so far. Also very interested, I deal with so many different companies, interested in the impact on the SEO world. I'm starting to see more evidence of people using, Gemini, ChatGPT, etc., to find things more specifically because they can't be asked to look through the search results, lots of different things. Example recently was people looking for a residential conveyancing solicitor in a particular area, and they wanted websites that actually had the pricing displayed on them, not just saying they had pricing and stuff. And there's things jumping out and it's making people's lives a lot easier. I think that's going to have a very big impact ongoing. down the line. I think we're quite a way off from that, but it's going to chip away at the search engine stuff without a doubt. Once people get more intelligent about using these things.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll have a chat about that, because it's a very good point, actually. And Jeff, tell us about you.
Hello guys, I'm Jeff Veal, the marketing dinosaur from Manila in the Philippines. Guys, I'm using ChatGPT, or my team are. We're using ChatGPT each and every day and saving our clients at least 20 hours a week. We find it quite fascinating, the things that it can do. It's only pretty much, as David will tell you, it's only as good as your prompts. And a lot of people just put one prompt in and say, oh, gee, I didn't get the answer I wanted. Well, sometimes you've got to do a series of prompts, like string them all together to get the result that you want. I'll drop something in the chat for you guys later. I'm co-hosting a webinar with Jonathan Mast on, I think it's in American time, I think it's the 20th of this week. But I'll drop all the details in the chat for you guys if you're interested in coming along. All right, thanks very much.
Yeah, perfect. If you can get to that webinar with Jonathan Mast, do it, because he is brilliant. He's I mean,
He's the man.
He got a good way of presenting anyway, but he's a bit like some of us who likes like sort of nerdling around and things, and he's always finding things that get around problems. And everything he does well. He has got products, but I mean, he gives a lot of information away for free, you know. So he's not trying to monetize it. Well, he's, you know, he's a businessman, but he gives a lot of value stuff away as well. Okay, Mike, tell us about you.
Hello. Sorry for being a bit late. I didn't look at the clock and realize the time had gone by. But yeah, so I've been using a product by a company called Nowsite. It's geared along several lines. There's 3 separate products. It's sort of the bottom level one. It's designed for network marketing and that type of thing. And there's marketing, which is a in fact, a very good marketing product. And then there's unlimited, which includes $1.4 billion base and names and everything in it. Well, there's a lot to it. And in fact, one of the problems with it is it's so complicated to actually understand how it works that people sort of say one look at it, oh, I don't understand that, and leave it. I've been using it for about 8 months. It's phenomenal. I mean, the AI bit of it is amazing. I've trained my own AI to think like me. It actually writes my own messages better than I do. I don't use it for everything. Just like Tina said there, you can't really use it to replace what you do, but boy, does it help to add stuff. And when you've got blank bits and you're trying to do some social posting, I can post in 3 minutes. I can post 4 separate posts that are different, every one, which is, I think absolutely amazing. So I'm actually took an affiliateship on it because I thought it was worth it. And I think it is. And so that's what the website is all about. You can get the information there if you want it. Not my main push, but it's something that I deal with. I think this is the way ahead. I can't see any other way. After 8 months, this thing is still learning from me, and it still surprises me. It comes up with, it'll come up with a reference to a book that I've read, and a paragraph in that book. How it does it, I've no idea, but it does. It's just amazing. So that's my view on it. I'm enthusiastic. You probably will.
Okay, excellent. Thanks, Mike. Okay, and I'm David Harris. I'm sort of by day I'm a WordPress web designer, and I've got several businesses that I do, like a lot of us here. But yeah, so obviously I utilize AI for creating content, especially. So that's my main interest in. But I'm also I'm definitely interested in the video side of things as well. And I know there are some brilliant things coming up in the next few months as far as that's concerned. So I mean, but every week something new happens. So I'm trying to keep my finger on the pulse of those. So yeah, but obviously sort of web design and promotion, the web promotion side is something we'll talk about in a second, because obviously, as Andy and Michael alluded to, there's things coming up that's going to be an issue. Well, why don't talk about it now, because the new, like Andy said, there's people are going to these ChatGPT and going to Gemini and other, and Perplexity to get the results without actually seeing a list of websites. And Google bringing that. Well, it's already out in some places, but they've got the Google Generative search, which is going to replace their current search engine. So when you go there, the top third or half of the page is going to be the answer to your query. So just like the AIs, it's going to give you the answer. It's going to give you 3 reference sites, which will be big guys like the BBC or something like that. So if you key in, how do I make a chocolate brownie? It's just going to tell you, and it'll give you some things down the side, but you won't get that normal list of websites. So all those top 10s and top 50s and all those other websites are going to really suffer with that. But the small business is going to suffer as well, because this thing's going to be taking up the top chunk of the page, and under that you're going to get the guys that pay the money, and underneath that you're going to get Google Business, and the natural searches are going to be nowhere. So it's going to be the last one, maybe 2 on that page, and then you've got to go to page 2, and 95% of people don't go to page 2. So that's what's going to happen. So what I understand and what I'm doing and what I would say is going to be the answer is to ignore Google. If you're a small business, you can't fight it. Go for the second biggest search engine, which is YouTube, and start knocking out videos. And you can repurpose those videos as well. You know, you can make a video for YouTube, and that video will go just as well for TikTok if it's still around. It might be around in Europe, it might not be around in America, who knows? You know, all the other social media outlets, you can just use the same video, really. Even LinkedIn, LinkedIn seems to work better with a different scale, but you can still put a mobile video on LinkedIn if you just want to post it. If you're going to make a video, you might as well just post it everywhere, you know. So and it's posting those videos regularly is going to be key. So making a video, you know, at least once a week, maybe 5 times a week is going to be key to beating the competition, because that's what you got to do, because most of your competitors are not going to be doing that. They're going to be well, they're not going to realize what's happening until you're you know, a mile down the road, hopefully. But this is what's going to happen. So it's I don't know. Anybody, what's anyone think about that?
I agree. I think Google's shooting themselves in the foot, because up until now everyone's been about, oh, I got to do the SEO to get me to the top of Google, but that ain't going to happen anymore. That's the thing. And you won't be on the front page of Google anymore because of all the other stuff that's going on. So yeah, I think YouTube's I'm gearing up to do a lot more videos. Building a wiki for your PCM, which will include video, and they'll all be on YouTube. So that means instead of just having a video, I need to now brand it and put contact details and stuff on, because if somebody falls over a video that talks about how to do sections in your PCM, they might read it and watch it and go, oh, that's really interesting, I need a CRM. So they need contact details, you know. So it's going to change the way I do video. Yeah, so I think Google have shot themselves in the foot a little bit by committing to this.
I think a skeptical person like me would say that if it gives them an excuse to push the organic results further down the page, there's more people doing the paid ads, having to go for paid ads, and they have no choice in the matter.
Yeah, but for the last 10 years, everyone's been about Google. It's always been about getting to the page one of Google. It's not going to be about that anymore.
I mean, will you be able to even pay enough as a small business to be able to compete with a search engine like that? I mean, you probably won't.
You can't, not the pay-per-click side of things. No,
I mean, for a mortgage, like if you're looking for a mortgage, the pay-per-click is like in the hundreds to click, you know, and it's crazy for that situation. So it's yeah, it's going to be yeah, that Google is going to be difficult for normal people.
David, I've got a question for you. Do you record these sessions, by the way? I
do.
Fantastic. Okay, good.
So they're all on YouTube. If you go to AI, the cool stuff, and I'll put the links on. So any links we discuss, I'll put on there as well. So
you should have seen a message when you logged on saying this is being recorded.
I did, but I didn't think about it. I'm an old man. Come on, give me a break. Give me a break. I'm a dinosaur.
Yeah, yeah.
Jeff, is that the genuine view from your window, or is it just another background?
No, that's a
Background.
Oh, see, I thought as you were in Manila, it might be a sort of a genuine.
However, guys, being 75, this year I'm pulling up stumps somewhat. I'm going to go to the beaches of the world. So you'll see me with the real beaches very soon.
I think this whole thing about, positioning and stuff like that, it's the message is still the same as it's always been for many years. Too many eggs in one basket, like organic SEO, whatever it is, it's absolute madness. You have to diversify and be all over the place.
Yeah, because social media obviously is going to plays a part as well. So
Why is YouTube coming sort of more into prominence? Because it seems to be having I thought it was heading sort of away from being a significant way of, for businesses and things like that, and now it seems to be
really, because people go straight to YouTube to search how to do stuff. I mean, how do you do this? How do you do that? You just go to YouTube and key it in. I mean, it's a.
I go and get all my reviews there. If I see something on Amazon that I want, I'll go to YouTube, type in product name, and see what reviews come up. How easy it's to use it and actually see it in use. That's what I use YouTube for.
I bought a coffee machine from Facebook Marketplace. I got really cheap, but I got no idea how to use it. Got no instructions. The person who sold it didn't know how to use it. I just put it into YouTube, and some guy there saying, "Tell me exactly how to use it." Fantastic.
Telling you how to open the box it came in or something.
It came in a plastic bag with loads and loads of coffee capsules that were worth more than I'd actually paid for the whole machine. It was I think there, and so we're sort of writing loads of blogs as an SEO trick, and really we've got to be giving people sort of value information rather than that to try and retain people, because it's going to be interesting. I mean, I don't know what the end result's going to be. I don't know what the end game was going to be, but
it's quite difficult. If you sell something, I don't know, like widgets, something relatively boring that you can't make much content out of, or people wouldn't be searching for it. I wonder where those, the manufacturing industries, for example, where does that put them in the future?
Well, this is what we struggle with. I mean, who wants to get excited over accounts?
Yeah,
accountants do.
You guys aren't sat there going, "Yeah, we've got someone here who can talk about VAT." It's like,
go to TikTok, key in Miss Excel, and
go careful what you pull up here.
We talked about it a couple of weeks. We talked about it a couple of weeks, but right, Excel. Sorry, Simon, is really boring, right? It's really, really dull subject. But this lady's got 1 million followers, right? Doing Excel, pivot tables, and all the, she's quite energetic, but
Come on, David's been trying to get me to do a sexy dance online for weeks now.
Mr. Excel,
yeah,
there in his posing pouch, yeah.
I think I've got the pivot tables there.
Pivot tables. So, but if younger people are using TikTok to search. If they can't do something, it's amazing to think that someone who can't do something in Excel, they're not keying it into the browser, into Google, they're keying it into TikTok because that's what they've got open on their phone. Because nearly all these searches are on a mobile. So sort of 70% of searches are on a mobile anyway, but I mean, or even more now. So it's using those, and it's younger people are using those, and Instagram, you're getting more, slightly older demographic. Then you got old farts like us who are on Facebook still,
Well, these going to get interesting with obviously there's a few on here today, people who sort of help others with AI related things, and how is each person going to stand out? Because anybody who's take SEO for example, a lot of people know you get your fingers burnt with SEO quite a lot depending on who you deal with, and I think with people training AI, etc., probably going to have to find a way to get that little foot in the door at low cost or no cost, just to get the interest of people to go to the next stage once they've benefited in some way. I can see that's going to have to come because obviously, Steffi, you could see it coming. There's going to be a flood of people offering things. It's going to be crazy. But how do you stand out and gain that trust of the potential customers in that market? That'll be interesting.
Here's the answer, Andy. I believe the answer, guys. Who's number one for hamburgers in the world? You all know the answer. Who makes the worst hamburger in the world? Same people. What are they good at?
Yeah.
Marketing. The secret, guys. Be the best marketer. Don't be the best doer of what you do. I mean, that does help. Be like me. Be the best marketer of what you do. That's the key to it all. Be the best marketer. The best marketer wins.
Because I mean, who's the most expensive energy supplier in the UK? It's British Gas. Who's the number one supplier of energy in the UK? It's British Gas. You know, it's crazy, but that's the fact. You know,
I think it's going to be tough on smaller businesses. That's my point. Smaller businesses, micro businesses, haven't got the money to do the marketing, so they need to find something that's going to help them. I think there needs to be a champion, the smaller businesses or champions, because it is ultimately the biggest market out there.
Correct.
I remember, this may seem irrelevant, but I was reading an article in a marketing magazine, whatever they were, and they were saying one of the problems with marketing and advertising was everybody in marketing is either under 30 or wishes they were under 30, and it made the valid point. One of the things I thought I was rather impressed by. They said, for example, lots of people in their 20s want a BMW. So market BMWs to people in their 20s who can't afford it. The people who actually buy BMWs are middle-aged who can afford it. And they go, well, yeah, they will buy them anyway. So they said that they should really be targeting it at something like that. They should be targeting at the age range of so. So the answer is, oh yeah, all the young people are using TikTok. I'm not saying don't use TikTok, but I'm just saying there is a danger that is that your market.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I think you've got to choose your demographic to your platform.
Yeah, but like I said earlier, I mean, if you do make a video, why not put it everywhere? You know.
Correct.
No, sorry, David. I wasn't criticising that. I was just saying that you're saying, oh no, we're old fuddy-duddies. We're still using Facebook. Well, but if most of your customers are going to be,
I know,
of that age.
Well, most of my customers are on Facebook or LinkedIn, to be honest. You know, in terms of
B2B should be on LinkedIn. That's where you should be posting. Go where your customers are.
Yeah.
It's the same in my industry. There's no point promoting high spend luxury holidays on TikTok to people who like the idea, but they don't have the money for it. You've got to know what your demographics are, and if it's an older crowd because that's what works, then you can't force a change in the markets. You've got to go where they are really to appeal to them.
Yeah. I mean, likewise for us, LinkedIn is perfect, Facebook's perfect, but TikTok, we're not going to get sort of a 24-year-old looking for a bookkeeper generally, not unless you've got a unique entrepreneur.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so I don't know how this Excel lady does. Well, I mean, Excel is not just bookkeeping.
Excel's different. Yeah. It can be very sexy.
Yeah. I just want to briefly, before we go on to Steffi's bit, I just want to briefly talk about what stuff I've found out this week about prompting. So I'm gonna, if I do I'm just going to share my screen actually. This is in ChatGPT, which is, although there's lots of rivals out there, it's still the number one, and this counts for any. This will count for Perplexity and Gemini as well. Just get me. I'll get this in gear. So this is a ChatGPT screen. Tina, I guess you know what a prompt is.
Yep.
So good. Okay. So now, if we were to just key in a prompt, right. Oh, let's do that. For God's sake. What have I done?
Go on YouTube and find out how to do it.
Okay, can you still see that? So I say, write a 700-word blog on mastering SEO. So what's it going to give me? It's going to give me, in today's digital era, to navigate the art of SEO, you must unlock the secrets of digitalization. And everyone can tell a mile away that it's been written by, I'll just do it. I'll stop it. Evolve Labyrinth reveals new strategies and technologies that can propel your website. You know, it's all fluff and guff, isn't it? So, so we need to improve the prompting to actually get rid of some of that. I've got my, I'll just put my standard one. This is my standard prompt that I've been using. I just say, actually, I do say the subject first. Write a 700-word blog on mastering SEO. I could say 1,000 words, I could say 500 words, it doesn't matter. I say, write in British English, in ordinary English, without contractions, with an active, not passive voice, maximum sentence length of 20 words, 3 subheadings. I'm David Harris, obviously based in the UK. I create and update WordPress websites, I'm expert in creating, Okay, what I found is you can add in extra prompts to that get rid of certain keywords. So the next bit of the prompt I've been keying in is, don't always use the most natural words. Use the following 3 words less than 3 times on this page: unique, ensure, and utmost. And then this is a really good one, trying to get rid of those words that it uses a lot, that you know, a lot of people can tell instantly that it's AI. So so before outputting the content, review it for the following words or phrases and rewrite those sentences with appropriate alternatives. And these are ones: in today's digital age, meticulously navigating complexities realm, you know, in the realm of is a big one for ChatGPT. Bespoke, tailored, towards, underpins, ever changing, ever evolving, in the world of, not only, you know, these are words that I put in the realm of, you know, as a phrase as well. Unlock the secrets, unveil the secrets, and robust.
You forgot the most important one, David.
Which one's that?
In conclusion.
In conclusion, yes, that's I'll add that as well. In conclusion. So we're telling it not to use those words. The other thing that is what's technically called burstiness. So when we write or talk naturally, not all our sentences are the same length. Not all our we don't have the same number of words in each sentence. Our paragraphs are not the same length. So to get rid of that, we can use another prompt, which is ensure heterogeneous paragraphs. So make sure the paragraphs are not the same length, and ensure heterogeneous sentence length. So not all the sentences are the same length. And apparently some engines that detect whether something's AI or not, that's one of the key things that it looks for, is things that are the same length, and the uniformity throughout the whole piece. So the big thing is fluff. You quite often read whole paragraphs that ChatGPT has produced, and it's just meaningless. It's just words. Now, when we might not have cared when we were optimizing for SEO. All we wanted was the words on the page, you know, a lot of the time, and so it didn't matter too much. But now I think it does. So so I've said, and I got this from a guy on YouTube actually, do not include any fluff. So we're trying to defluff, but ChatGPT understands what fluff is, so that's a good thing. So we're trying to defluff its content. So do not include any fluff when producing content. Each sentence should provide value to the overall goal of the content piece. And then we're saying strictly follow this guideline. So you've got no choice, follow this guideline. And then there was other things that we can add in. sometimes I'm now adding this in. Engagement is the highest priority. This goes along with fluffs. So we're trying to engage our audience, be conversational, empathetic, and occasionally humorous, if that's suitable. Use idioms, metaphors, anecdotes, and natural dialogue. You need to specify your audience, especially your audience reading level. Are they, you know, professors, or are they 7-year-old kids, you know? So I've put my audience has a reading level of a first-year-old student. And then the other thing about ChatGPT, and not so much with Perplexity, is that it's got a cutoff of last year. So if you can add three facts that are more up to date, that will throw it as well. So if you were, I can't think of any, but you can just do fact 1 and type in fact, and then fact 2, type in your fact 3, type in your fact, and then include these facts in the copy. That's another one. And then you need to put in your writing style. If you haven't trained your AI, you can do you can add in your Myers-Briggs score, which I know Steffi will talk about in a sec, or you can I'll do Jeff's favourite, sort of write in the style of Deadpool, and then and then you can and then it'll it's attaching my base as a thing, and then we can.
What is Deadpool, David?
He's a superhero.
Anti-superhero. Yeah.
An anti-superhero.
And I'm not even interested in these things, and I know he's an anti-superhero.
Yeah. Mastering SEO, your guide to dominating the search rankings. Okay, hi there, David Harris here, your friendly neighborhood web wizard from the UK. Oh, diving, I don't like that. Diving head first. That's another it can dive a lot. But so now it's injected a little bit of humor. It's content brewing the perfect potion. I quite, from first glance, I think it's using my personality a bit, because it's kind of got me down as being away with the fairies. So it's got a lot of reference in there for potions and wands and things like that. So anyway, you can change that, but it seems to have gone along that theme. But you know, that's a way of making it. This doesn't look so much like a ChatGPT piece. So I mean, prompting is everything. There'll be lots of people out there trying to sell you prompts. Somebody sent me for free, if I signed up to a newsletter, 1,000 prompts, and not one of them was over 1 line long. 1,000 prompts 1 line long is going to be crazy. It's not going to work. So prompting is everything. And Steffi, I'm going to hand over to you now.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, I'm not going to share my screen because it doesn't work properly. So what I'm going to do is this, and I'd like you all to stick me in speaker view, if you would please, because speaker view is available in the top right-hand corner where it says view.
I can spotlight you.
Okay, put me in speaker view then. There we go. Oh, that's even better. Thank you very much. Right, so this is YourAI. This is my AI playground. I designed this for me. It just so happened when I started showing it to people, they were like, I want that, I want that. So I made a standalone product. I use this all day, every day to support my clients. And it has a range of features, starting with blogs from text, blogs from a URL. It'll create social media posts for you. It'll create general marketing images for you. Freeform lets you play around with ideas and text. Avatars lets you create pictures for social media use. It's not quite accurate yet. I don't promote that very much. And we can also build chatbots. Limitations on that, we can't put URLs into the text, but it's actually pretty good as a flag in the ground product. But I'm going to talk about blogging today because blogging is really important to me, and we're going to create a blog from text. Now, we just saw a massive prompt from David, which was all good, well and good, but I'm going to click add new. And I'm going to bring my pop-up box over here and I'm going to say my favorite, why are leaves green? And that's all we need to do. That's all we need to type in. We don't need to give it anything else. There's various options that we can use down here and it remembers them between things. So I could put a role in. I could be a teacher, in which case I could say, explain the science to a 10-year-old. So it'll change the language style doing that. So you can put talking points in there. But I'm going to say point of view, third, tone, friendly, UK, English, British English, pound sterling, various settings, what lengths do I want, long, medium, short. And then we've got the Myers-Briggs in there as well, which was actually inspired by David. I'm an architect, so I'm highly logical and creative and analytical at the same time. You might be away with the furries, and so you'd pick something else. But once we've typed that in, we'll just let me make Grammarly happy. There we go. And I'm going to click Add New Original, and it puts it into the system and opens it ready for you to create your blog post. And there it is, nice simple interface. And all I'm going to do is click Create. It says, it'll cost you a token because this is a token-based system. You just buy tokens when you need them. You click OK, and then you give it 30 seconds. You'll see the mouse pointer's got the egg timer on it. Give it 30 seconds, and it will just create a blog post for you. So David's way of doing it, great, long, complicated, overly difficult, but effective. My way, quick and easy, and there's your blog post, and it's done it for you. So I'm just going to zoom in on that, and you can see it. Leaves are an iconic symbol of nature, so it's actually applied its language correctly. It is spelled in American format, so we've got color, because the later models don't do British English, and we've got the stereotypical in conclusion on the last paragraph. That's really annoying. Well, if it is annoying, and it is, what we can do is we can click the Fettle button, and it'll say, do you wish to turn this into UK English? And you just go, yes, please. And it'll just turn it into UK English. You'll see over here, now it says colour. It's spelt it the correct way. And also it's removed in conclusion because I hate in conclusion, simple as that. So that's nice and easy. It just fettles it, it updates it. It even gives it hashtags and a new title. And now we've got a finished blog post that you can copy off to WordPress or into a LinkedIn article or whatever you do. But there's other things we can do with that because we can go into images and we can say, I want an image. But you don't have to tell it what sort of image. You can just say, what style do you want to use? And we've got all sorts of things here. I like realistic. I'm just going to go for realistic. And all I need to do, I could override it, but I'm just going to say get image. And it'll say, well, this one costs you 2 tokens because it's slightly more expensive to generate images. Click OK. I'm going to zoom out so you'll see it. And again, it will just go off to DALL-E this time, and it will create an image for us that's appropriate to go along with that blog post. That's my logo, by the way, for YourAI, which is why you can see the brain thing there. It's still working. It's still working. It will come back and it will give us an image any second now. We can do it. We can do it. Come on, make it happen. There it is. It's just created an image for us. And that's what it's done. 1700 by 1080, and it's a PNG file, so you could actually use that elsewhere. Look at the detail on that. I'm going to zoom in on it. Look at that. How amazing is that? So it might not be quite what you wanted. So you've actually got 17 slots in total. So you either give it an image override or you just click get image again, and it'll move that one here, and then the next one will move it along as well. So you've got loads of choices what you can do with images. If you want further reading links, because lots of people do, they like to do that, you can just say, oh, give me 8 further reading links. Yes, that will cost some tokens because it's got to go off and find them. And these are all active links, so they'll all be completely active, and you could just embed them into your website, into your blog post if you wanted to. It might not find 8, or it might find a few things that are inappropriate. There we go. So it's got articles about photosynthesis, chlorophyll definition, why do leaves change colour? And I might think, well, actually, I don't want a definition from Britannica, so I'll get rid of that one. And I'll click OK. And then it will actually move all the others up, which is quite useful. The final thing I'm going to do on this is audio version. This is using TTS version 2, I think it is. And we've got a number of voices. Being girly, I go for Shimmer, which is my chosen voice. But if you want to be a surfer dude, go for Onyx, and there's various other voices there. And I just click Get Audio, and it goes off and sends the blog post all the way over to not DALL-E, over to the TTS system on OpenAI, and it'll create an audio version for you. And it's so good, you can't tell that it's an audio version. It actually sounds as though somebody's reading it. There's no, computer garbled voices here. So again, we've got to give it a little bit of time while it works. That's why we've got the hourglass on the old mouse pointer there. You give it a second, give it a few seconds. Here it comes. I know it's coming. I know it is. Come on, you can do it, computer. It will do it because it didn't error straight away. And here we are. Listen to this.
Leaves are an iconic symbol of nature, and their vibrant green color is a defining characteristic. But have you ever stopped to think about why leaves are green?
Yeah. There you go. So it goes on and just reads the entire blog post. How do you get that into your WordPress website blog post? Well, you go into the code view and you copy that data and you just paste it in, and it's in there for you. People like to see the visuals, they like to hear it, they like to read it. Different people learn in different styles. And so with the content, with the images, the links and the audios, you can actually build a pretty good blog post. And we could have made it SEOable as well for the current level of Google. Now, the one thing I will show you is, as David mentioned, ChatGPT has got a cutoff date. For ChatGPT 4, it's April 23, I think it is. So, modern day information might be a bit out of date. However, we've got blogs from URLs. So if you've ever read a blog post on somebody else's website and thought, that's brilliant, wish I'd written it, well, now you can. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to jump onto a BBC News article. And obviously, being a net zero type of girl, I'm going to pick something interesting. Sail-powered cargo ships show potential of wind. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy the URL out. And then I'm going to switch back into YourAI. I'm going to add new. And it's, the potential of wind-powered cargo ships. Well, we used to have wind-powered cargo ships, and then it went away from them. I don't know why. And we just paste in the URL. We could put a role in. I'm actually going to say wind-powered cargo ships as the SEO key phrase. And put they, friendly. Oh, I think I'm going to use encouraging this time because it's the potential thing. And again, I'm going to change my thing for my architect and click add new original. And it takes us exactly to the same place as we were with blogs from text, except this time there's an extra step. When I click create, it goes off to the BBC News website, reads all the text, sends that to ChatGPT and says, now write me a blog post. So if I click create and OK, and again, we got to give it 30 seconds and a few seconds more while it does that for you. And we're just going to wait, and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to ramble while it's doing it. There we go, it's done it. Look at that. So it's even made up a new title. It's put hashtags in there. It's given us the same thing here. That's all fantastic. Oh no, in conclusion, I need to press the fettle button to turn it into UK English. And it's fettling and it's fettling and it's done it. And there you go. So now you have a blog post that you read and went, wow, I wish I had my version of that. And you just created it. And you can go off and do images and links and audios. I will do images. Let's see what this does. It might actually come back with a very old sailing boat. We don't know. But we've just created the image for it, and we can then use that. So you could take all this information, you could turn it into a LinkedIn post, a LinkedIn article, a blog post on your website. You could turn it into an email newsletter. You can include these images. Audio obviously doesn't work with email, but you can put it into your blog posts. And as soon as this lands, we're nearly finished. We're nearly finished because I want to show you one more thing, and that's socials. There you go. That's the image that it created. Simply off reading the text that it created, it's now created a wind-powered sailing boat as well, which is cool. Now, the final thing I'm going to do, because all this stuff is pretty straightforward, and if you've used it over here, you've used it there, is social media. So here we go. I'm going to add new. What am I going to create social media for? I'm going to create social media for Peppercorn. Let me just check that with you, David. Is that the right URL?
That's it, yeah.
It is, yeah. You friendly, add new original. And we're going to create some social media. We're going to do some tweets. So use emojis, second person friendly. I could create 8 at a time by clicking that button, but I'm just going to create 1 and it'll say, going to cost you a token. Okay. And it'll go off and it'll actually create a tweet that points at peppercorn.biz, which is quite cool. Should talk about what it finds on the page. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. You know you can do it. Make it work now, make it work. It hasn't errored. It would actually come up with an AI error. And there you go. It's actually created a tweet with hashtags and emojis. What do we do with that now? Well, let's share it. So I use Buffer. Buffer's really cool. Buffer gives you 3 free accounts before you got to start paying for it. Don't worry about this message that comes up there because, yes, I know I owe them money. And I'm going to click on there and that's it. It's done it. It's actually created the tweet now. And it's linked it to the Peppercorn website, which is quite good. I can just schedule that for whenever I wanted it to go. I can do Facebook shares. I can do LinkedIn shares. Let's do a LinkedIn one. This will create 5 paragraphs. I'm going to switch emojis off, but I'm going to switch hashtags on. I'm going to click create, click OK. And now it'll create 5 short paragraphs, which you can just then schedule via Buffer and share out on LinkedIn. Or you can share it anywhere you like. It's just 5 short paragraphs. There we go. Done it.
Mm-hmm.
It's as simple as that. Now, why would you want to use YourAI rather than ChatGPT? Obviously, we've seen David do big prompts. That's great. But my system does all the heavy lifting for you. And it's a great place to consolidate and organize all your work. And if you do enough social media stuff here, you can come back time and time again and just reshare it whenever you need it to. Like I say, images, you've already seen images. It's just a separate version, but it appears in there as well. Freeform, write me a marketing email about this. Avatars, I want to be a first-year Hogwarts student, please. It will do that. This won't work properly until we get DALL-E 4, which allows us to upload reference imaging. So I want to upload a passport photo and say, this is what my face looks like. Now make me a Jedi on Coruscant. And that's what we need, and we can't do that yet. But there's loads of options in there. Chatbots, that's a whole subject on its own. If you want to see the chatbot that I'm using at the moment, take a look at yourai.uk. And apart from that, I'm going to say I'm done. If anybody wants to sign up, it's free. Get 25 tokens for free at yourai.uk, and it will do all your blogs, your images, your audio, social media, and chatbots, because it's content creation made easy.
Okay, brilliant.
Good. Steffi, quick question, Steffi. Obviously, with the tokens model makes a lot of sense. Rather than people having to pay a lot of money for whatever they pay for. When you do a revision on it, so say you've got an image or you've got the text doesn't quite come out right, do you then have to, does it then cost another token to redo that afterwards? It does. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it does, because it costs me tokens. That's the thing. So for example, I sell my tokens at 10p each.
Yeah.
But even if you bought 250 tokens, it's still cheaper than paying a £20 a month or $20 a month subscription to ChatGPT, because you might buy a couple hundred tokens and it'll take you 6 months to use them. That's the thing these days. So I don't have a problem with that. But yeah, the thing is with the images, you can never be sure what you're going to get back. So you might need to tweak and change it. That's the thing. And you will always get different images over and over and over again. You just click to one you like.
Stephanie, I have a question, Stephanie. Stephanie, so I understand the model. Is it a bit like this? You're giving away a free coffee machine and we're buying the capsules. Is that correct?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's pretty much how it works. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, got it. Okay. But I wasn't sure if the machine was a cost, then the capsules were extra.
Yeah, no, the machine is free, and then you just pay for
And your first couple of copies are free as well. So I mean,
yeah, your first few copy, yeah.
Yeah, brilliant model, Steffi. I mean, it's a big learning curve for an old dinosaur like me, but it's a brilliant model. Very good.
It is
Congratulations.
good. I mean, I this was inspired because I wrote an AI business card scanner for your PCM last summer, and I was so blown away with it. And I thought, what else can I do with AI? And I really got into. They've just released DALL-E 3 and ChatGPT 4, so I just played and played and played with the API, and I started using it more and more in what I'm doing for my clients. And I thought, well, okay, when somebody said, you know, can you make that work for me? You know, and I'll pay you. As soon as I hear the words "I'll pay you," I start with product. You know, and that's why YourAI is available in your PCM, but it's also now a standalone product.
Your clients pay. You're so lucky.
Yeah. Oh, not all of them.
Steffi, not a criticism of you, but you've done this in previous weeks about when DALL-E 4 comes out. And I remember one of the first things I learned as a computer programmer was the rule that everything is fixed in the next version.
Yeah. Well, I'm 95% sure that reference image uploads will work in DALL-E 4 because DALL-E 4 is the underlying technology used in Sora, and Sora is a video production tool. Now, one of the videos they do is a white Land Rover driving up a mountain road, and it's taken from the point of view of a drone behind it. Now, if you say, my next shot, I want the drone in front of the Land Rover, unless there's consistency between the clips and you end up with the same Land Rover, that's the consistency you need as a filmmaker. So you need to be able to say, use the content from this previous clip, and that should apply down to DALL-E, because Sora is just creating 24 frames or 24 DALL-E images per second, you see. So that's I'm very hopeful that we'll be able to do reference image uploading.
Yeah, as I said, it wasn't a criticism. It reminded me of that rule I kept.
Yeah, my classic rule is it's not software, it's hardware, and then the hardware engineers are going, no, it's definitely software, it's not us.
Yeah. So when I left school, I was a computer operator. That was my very first job, you know, and that was always a battle between hardware and software, and why is it running so slowly? Oh, must be something wrong with the machine.
Well, my first job, I was hardware and software, so I couldn't get away with that excuse. I just had to fix it.
Yeah. I used to work on an old Univac, but it was colossal, and it had 1K of memory. And it took up a massive hall, loads and loads of grey boxes. But still, okay, I'm not going to be producing the website in 60 seconds because we've only got 2 minutes left. And although I believe what they say, I'm not overly confident that I'm going to do it in 2 minutes. So I'm gonna kick that particular can down to next week, and we'll definitely do it. I was going to do it last week, and I'll definitely do it next week. So we'll do it first next week. We'll just create the website, and hopefully that'll work. And yeah. So otherwise, I shall put this on YouTube and on Peppercorn website in, I don't know, sometime today, almost certainly. And then it takes a little while for it to convert once I end Zoom. So I want to stop the recording now.